Moving on to our next story, Moscow has expressed deep regret over Ukraine's renewed military operation in the country's east. The Russian Foreign Ministry has blamed unidentified outside forces for ruining Ukraine peace talks. Moscow has also urged its foreign partners to stop using the ex-Soviet country as a pawn in geopolitical games. Kiev says it has relaunched operations against pro-Russian forces in the east. According to Prime Minister Alexander Turchinov, the active phase of the operation has started and the armed forces are attacking the strongholds of pro-Moscow forces. President Petro Poroshenko has refused to extend a 10-day ceasefire, which expired on Monday. He said the truce was a unique chance for peace, which was not realized. He also blamed the situation on, quote, the criminal actions of pro-Russian groups. We were talking to Marcus Papadopoulos. He's our guest who joins us right now to continue with what he was saying before. Well, Marcus, at this point, you were talking, and I'm going to reiterate the fact that Russia is saying that the U.S. is following the confrontational path when it comes to this. So why don't you continue where you left off?
Certainly. I think it's very important just to clarify something. There hasn't been a ceasefire since Petro Poroshenko called it a week or so ago. The Ukrainian military, together with paramilitary forces made up of some very odious people, have been relentlessly bombing towns and villages in Donetsk region and Lugansk region. But also, we need to take into consideration that there's no incentive for Petro Poroshenko to implement a genuine ceasefire. Why? Because as the Russian government has said, the Americans are clearly backing him, and therefore he has every reason to go for an all-out military victory in the east of the country because the Americans are backing him. But I'd also say as well that the Europeans are backing him. Last week, Poroshenko signed the association agreement with the European Union, which economically could very well have disastrous results for the eastern and southern regions of Ukraine. But nonetheless, he has now placed Ukraine into the orbit of the West, into the orbit of America and the European Union, and they are going to back him 110%. And I think we need to consider that they will have told him privately that he needs to eliminate any resistance in the east of the country, because of course that resistance is pro-Russian, and if it is not eliminated, then Ukraine's place in the West's orbit could be jeopardized.
Quickly, if you can, Poroshenko right now, is he exercising Plan B, and will Crimea and taking that back part of that plan? Quickly, please.
Plan B was never implemented because it's been a military offensive from day one. Civilian casualties on a daily basis, including women and children, and there will be no chance of him trying to take back Crimea militarily, because then there will be a military confrontation between Russia and Ukraine would not stand a chance.
Very well. Thank you very much. That's Marcus Papadopoulos talking to us there. We appreciate that, Marcus.